South Africa needs to open their eyes. Their eyes. They need to open. We are growing the economy, but they are dropping it because of politics.
It's been 30 years with apartheid. Our people now might not be struggling physically or whatever, but besides that, for me, nothing has changed. Hi guys, what's happening? My name is Liko, but my stage name is Liko, and I'm a piano artist, I'm a dancer, I produce, I make beats, I make everything. I want the whole world, man, to know my music. You know, that's how I express my pain, my feelings, my emotions, and my life. Music plays a very pivotal role, man, in post-apartheid because there's always a thing about poverty and unemployment. So it puts you in a space, man, where you just have to escape. Man, I'm a piano for our generation means a lot. We have a stance, bro, like we can communicate with anyone and anywhere in the world because it's something that we built. If I don't right my wrongs, or else I'll die alone, so let me right my wrongs. Okay, let's see how that sounds, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. See how the vocals are coming to be now. So let me right my wrongs. So let me... It keeps us busy, man, you know? Instead of me loitering around the street, I can at least try to make it my piano, and also with the dance. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Liko.
Wanna search?
Yebo. L-E-E-C-O-R-E.
We'll follow you.
Ne, please. Please, please. Ne? Thank you.
You're welcome.
A lot of people might not know actually what is a township. Back in the day, in the apartheid days, black people were only restricted to be in a certain place, certain area. But as democracy came, you know, we grew our own community, and now we have everything in Soweto. So I'll show you around.
My name is Jack, I live in a shack, I'm a big block cause I'm 6
Let donation our father.
Yeah, so this is here, Mandela's house, Nelson Mandela, the greatest of all time. He used to live here with his wife, Winnie Mandela. I feel like Mandela's dream failed when he died. Actually, before he even died. Because when he stepped down as ANC president, I feel like everything just failed. People live like this on a daily basis, man, every single day. They get born into situations like this. You know, it's been over how many years now of democracy, but we're still finding ourselves in situations like this. It's just not nice, man. It's not nice at all. It's unfun. Every year we're dealing with a new crisis. It was load shedding since 2012. There's also water shedding as well. On top of that, food prices are just fluctuating up. Petrol is going up. We don't have jobs. how are we going to sustain our lives? Now we're just going around to the tavern, the local spot where people chill and have fun.
He's our homeboy, so we do listen and we do support our music. We don't have gas stoves, we don't have solar panels. Sometimes we don't even have money to pay for prepaid electricity.
When we have to sit like this, we're not actually sitting, we're trying to inspire each other. All the time, because somewhere courage gets lost.
We're watching on 29th of May, yeah?
Yeah.
They promised us that we were gonna get work. Still, nothing. So we stay here maybe 3 times a week.
Thank you guys, and I'm too much. So thank you, bro. I appreciate it so much. Sure. All right, cheers, brother. Thanks, brother. Thanks, man. Thank you. I'm not angry, but I think I'm disappointed. But disappointment sometimes leads to anger. I finished my postgrad in criminology 3 years ago now. And when I finished my undergrad, I was applying for jobs, nothing. It's been 3 years now. I'm unemployed. I'm blaming the country. We all know in South Africa who's running the country since 1994. The ANC is literally failing us, man.
The ANC vows to address society's challenges and to serve the people of South Africa with discipline and integrity.
ANC needs to go. We need change. We need young people that relate to the future of the country, not people that are just there for the money and corruption. So they just need to go, period. Can I be honest, yeah? I'm 26 right now, and I only registered to vote for the first time this year. So now we're going to meet my neighbor. Her name is Debucho. She's been down the street. We've been living together for years, So we're just gonna check her out. How's it? Can we get inside? What are you making here?
I make hats.
I have a cake now in March. I needed to make but I want the outfit to have a certain thing of actually, I don't know how to explain it now, but I need a bag also. But even
What fabric?
I don't know the fabrics, but we'll talk about it probably.
Close to leather, close to denim.
Yes, leather, close to leather.
My name is Debocho Seiso. I live in Rockville, Soweto, and I'm a graduated fashion designer. The lack of South Africa is so bad. Now you need a backup. My backup is teaching. That's what I introduce myself as. I take those street kids who come from school and they just want to play the whole day. Just take 2 hours, learn English, learn maths, improve such things that you still need every day. Do you understand? So I am making an extra living. Lekwa is making an extra living. He doesn't need to stop it because just like I told that day, you still need to put food on the table. Whether you're a man or a woman, we need to eat. Even if we eat pap and milk, that is food that our elders ate, and that is food that our children and us will eat. South Africa needs to open their eyes. Their eyes. They need to open because we are growing the economy, but they are dropping it because of politics. I'm not going to go and vote. I'm thinking ANC is going to be there anyway. They've got a majority. Abokoko will go to the voting station. My dad will go to the voting station because ANC Viva for life. So That's how I feel personally. So will I vote? Is it going to bring change? I'm not sure.
Chef, thank you. We're going to complain every day that, okay, we don't have jobs, we don't have this, and that. So my thing for change is that let's register, let's vote, and hope for the best.
Best decision I've ever made in my life is to just quit my job. I'm finally following my passion for music. My name is Nosiphiwe Gulati, and I'm from here in Langa. What is nice about this street is that you can see the Table Mountain. Langa is a small township. Everyone knows one another. When people hear township, they hear about dangerous things. It's like you get robbed, raped. But for Langa, I don't think it is like that. So, welcome to my hood. We're going to Bridges for Music now, Bridges Academy. So it means a lot to me. That's actually changed my life in a very positive way. So welcome to Bridges. So I'm gonna take you in now to my life of every day.
You are Grant?
It's a fun family. It feels good as a creative to be in a space with other creatives. You don't feel weird or anything. Your weirdness is actually just embraced, which is something that I love. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It took me actually 2 years to actually just quit my job and focus on music. It has been the best decision that I've ever made.
I know he loves her and she cares too. Only reason she's heading, that's what love do. Treat your heart like a dance and not a clue. So I need to carry on, write that verse too.
My previous job, I was a sales consultant. It was a call center. Actually, it really bothered me because every company that I've ever joined, white people are always the CEOs or whatever, and then you get the colored people who are just filling those positions of supervisors. We just stay at the lower level, even if no matter how hard you try. They must run out of options for them to choose you. I just want to see myself touring the world, playing at festivals, my music that I create, and the music of the South Africans.
Yes, Skrillex is in the building. He came to Langa Bridges to visit us. So yeah, it's an amazing, amazing day. It's crazy.
Bridges for Music is funded through a lot of sponsors and donors. We wanted to build this world-class institution with the best computers. You know, it's a beautiful building, and the logical place that everyone would expect would be that would be in the city, in town. And the idea was like, no, let's put it in a township. And then if white people want to access these facilities, or when we bring in artists like Skrillex at the moment, they were going to have to travel into this community that they would tend to avoid. Young Black people in South Africa have lives that mirror too closely those that their parents had under apartheid. So we've got a very poor education system. The unemployment rates for youth are around 75%, so there really aren't opportunities.
The idea is not to do anything. Is it short?
There are extremely high rates of trauma, which comes through exposure to crime and violence. One of them was wearing sunglasses because he is hiding a black eye because he was robbed on the weekend. They took everything and they beat him up. So you can see what people are facing on a day-to-day basis, and what does that do to your nervous system. So this becomes that moment of healing, and that's really positive because, you know, hopefully they can get on the other side of that.
There's a thing called call and response. There's a power within that, and there's the sense of community. And I think for me, that's the power of music. My name is Vezokuhle Mtungwa, but I'm known as Vezi, and I'm an alumni at Bridges. I graduated last year. Yeah, empty stomachs, we were starving for a meal. Full of dreams that would get us a meal from a deal. Cause it was tough to deal with seeing our mothers go through hell just to pay for a bill. It's no wonder why we kill each other like we senseless. It's no wonder why we feeling tenderly so worthless. Seeing other kids, God blessed. What about the rest? So I grew up without a father, and that created a lot of problems for me. And that's the period where I was really angry, mad. I was drinking, smoking, doing a lot of stuff. Put the light on. I had a single parent, so you can imagine like all the sacrifices, you know, appointed at my mom. And luckily for me, I found cricket, and that did save my life. I got scouted by one of the guys. They were like, man, you're talented. And then I ended up actually playing for the national team. So that was awesome. So that afforded me scholarships to private schools, and getting there, also getting a culture shock, you know. And even the one day we were in class and they were shooting for the school magazine. And I think I overheard them saying that like in a way of like, yeah, we need to add him because he's the only black guy. You know, like stuff like that for me were like very tough to deal with, you know, and trying to understand, am I valued here or am I just here as like a token, you know, token black child or whatever.
Yeah, like the street I walked in.
So when I was studying, I did political science at Stellenbosch University. Science helped me a lot to really delve into how South Africa looks like post-apartheid. And honestly speaking, like I think, especially in Cape Town, segregation still happens, and that's the biggest problem. How it's gonna be changed, that's the tough question. So right now, I think the individuals are the ones who have to kind of like make a change.
Sing at the kids, God blessed. What about the rest? What about if it's stress? Begging for success, fooled by the press, they depressed, no parents. Funny advice.
These are part of the kids that I work with at the shack.
Cause I got the flows on my own. They came my face, I see the boss. And it's the boss. I'm the boss, feeling fire on my arm cause I'm the bomb. Finally I got it. I take a picture looking in a magazine. Yeah, then I look pretty smart and flipping no tea.
My cousin lives here. I come here now and again and I chill with them and I speak with the guys. They tell me their stories, and I'm quite older than them, so it's always nice to intervene in situations that they might be speaking about. I'm like, hey man, I've done that before. Maybe try this way, try that way. So that's also a way of me kind of giving back and also being so close to the community. 20 years or whatever. I really just see myself like being that guy that people can go, this guy went from the township to, you know, being overseas, just like taking the brand and everything we're doing here on an international scale, because our quality and our storytelling and our skills are impeccable.
To put a drink, then to go to a shrink. Instead we rather shrink how we feel with the vodka. I do the same when I'm dealing with this township pressure. I don't blame you.
I came from a very religious family and Christian background, and I read the Bible back to back, like the whole of it. And Revelation was the most interesting for me because it was so real. Like a beast of 10 horns coming out of the ocean, Jesus Christ. And then the lords come with trumpets, the plagues, my God. That's so awesome, it was so metal. I am Martin Kanja, also known as Lord Spycat, and I am a producer, singer, performer. I do music that's way borderline, extreme music that's very different. I like using all the sounds I can absorb. So I would say I do a very heavy new form of metal. When I moved here to Kampala, Uganda, was because things weren't really picking up musically back home in Nairobi, and I wanted also to change the scenery, also to see how it will be, because I just was based in Nairobi for a couple of years, see a new place, be in a new country. Yeah, it's a cathedral dedicated to the martyrs who were burnt alive and tortured back in the days in Uganda. So I've seen a lot of graphic imagery, they could end up very well on an album cover or on a record. It's so dark, it's crazy. It's all these innocent people being burnt alive and tortured, and it's so apocalyptic at the same time. That's so metal, and the metal kind of embraces all this darkness in the world and turns into something we can mosh to. So it's very positive, actually. Yeah. People are just really spiritual in Africa anyway, since the beginning. Yeah, and that's one thing that actually the colonial powers at that time really exploited. They found that the Africans had everything they wanted. They had the land, they had the animals, they had the air, they had the clean water. So the only way they could get to them is through their spiritual hunger. In Africa, most of the countries are third world countries, so you find there's hope in religion, and so the religion kind of helped a lot regarding to keep people sane, in these crazy times and stuff. And I would say also the downside of it that happened was they were too eager to accept God and to the gospel and to digest the gospel. So you find that there are all these hack pastors and televangelists, con artists, characters, and these false prophets and everything,
That we're looking forward to is the kingdom of God, where Jesus will reign as
they practice what they don't preach, They preach water, but they drink a lot of wine.
Thank you, family, for your faithfulness and contributing to the growth of God's kingdom.
So in my new record, there's a song called Babos Patmos. Yeah, and Patmos is the island that John, the Revelator, the Lord who wrote the book of Revelation, he was on this piece of rock, an island, and then he saw all these things happening in visions, and angels coming, they talk to him, they take him to another planet. Since I was growing up, I usually felt I feel like I was gravitating towards heavy sounds and like different melodies because that's not what was playing on the radio. So it really like kind of captivated me how heavy music can get. It made me feel powerful. It made me feel like nothing can stop me, nothing can hold me back. It made me feel like, yo, the world is mine. It made me feel alive, completely alive. And also, you know, you don't have any real support with the people around you at home also because they don't know what you're doing. It's not like it's gospel music. It's not like it's hip hop, you know, something that they can understand. It's way, way out there. It's way out there. It's a very supportive, loving community because people like us are rare there. So when you find a homie like you listening to Cannibal Corpse or Iron Maiden, it's very different. It's very hard to find. So you just become best friends from there. We just had to make do with what we had, and we had nothing. So you'd find like bands were sharing guitars, bands were sharing studio space, bands were sharing skills. Or even like if someone can play better, they come and help you out on the show, you know, write for you some music, you know, stuff like that. I remember like at home, I would like freak out my brother and my sister sometimes because of the growling. Shut up, Paul! Shut up, Paul! This is just something I was just working on like last week. Yeah, actually, it's the first track on my album called TYVM. That track was specifically as a tribute to my grandmother's memory and what she did for the country and how she put her own life on the line countless times.
Kenya is once again mourning the death of a freedom fighter after the passing of Field Marshal Muthoni Kirima. Mama Muthoni will be remembered as the only female freedom fighter who fought alongside Dedan Kimathi. She died early Tuesday morning.
She was not just our grandma, she was like the country's grandma, you know. So like, it was a whole collective mourning for the country, so. The Mau Mau rebellion was this uprising that happened in the 1950s and the 1960s, and it took a toll for 11 years. It was mostly involved by the Mau Mau fighters fighting against colonial oppression and the settlers who had come to colonize Kenya, the British settlers who had come to colonize Kenya at the time. There were a couple of massacres that happened. They came to a couple of schools and not even schools, like places like villages and stuff, burnt them down because they were looking for Mau Mau people there and like they would torture people to give them information. She stood up and fought back to liberate people. With this new generation, they became more exposed to how the world is working and how things are supposed to be like. So they actually realized that these people back in the past were actually very ahead of their time because they were fighting for something, what they called that was actually universal. Yes, sir. Yeah. Bestseller. Everybody eats it.
So it is so delicious.
Yeah, it's very delicious. Ah. Venues were very opposed to this kind of music, you know. We got kicked out of a few venues because guys would mosh and would think people are fighting, you know. But people were just moshing and having a good time. There was a lot of ignorance regarding metal and this kind of sound from Africa, you know. I realized that at the same time they were curious because it was not music that is, you know, generic. It's something that is also like actually sonically challenging also to their scenes, you know. It's something that's very like forward thinking. It's extreme. by what I do, I can inspire other people to achieve, to be greater than who they are, like, or what they stand for. Like, because when somebody pushes the envelope, it inspires other people to actually excel in their different fields.